Good morning. Today is April 5th, 2024. I'm Ben Priest,
I'm Haley Robinson.
and you're tuned into Panther News Network.
Here's what's going on today. Another announcement on the bird flu going around was made earlier this week, but how will it affect you? The largest fresh egg producer, Cal-Maine Foods Incorporated, has halted all production at its Texas plant due to an outbreak of bird flu, also known as the H5N1 virus. The H5N1 disease naturally spreads among birds, including domestic poultry and cattle. According to a statement put out by Cal-Maine, approximately 1.6 million laying hens and 337,000 pullets, which are young hens, were destroyed after the infection was discovered at the facility located in Palmer, Texas. Good news, however, the company says there is no known risk associated with the eggs that are currently on the market, nor have there been any recalls. Additionally, commercial foods like milk and meat will be fine as long as the meat is cooked through and the milk being consumed is pasteurized. There is a risk, however, if you're consuming unpasteurized milk or raw eggs of some sort, so you may want to refrain from doing so. Unfortunately, this does likely mean the prices of eggs are going to increase once again. With inflation, the current price for a dozen eggs has been hovering around $3, but with this latest outbreak, it will likely be going up. If you stay on campus or come to campus often, though, there is a farmer's market held every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., where you can get fresh eggs for cheaper.
Florida Supreme Court made headlines on Monday with two conflicting rulings on abortion, setting the stage for a contentious battle over reproductive rights in the Sunshine State. In the first ruling, the court upheld Florida's right to enact a 6-week abortion ban, which is set to take effect on May 1st. This near-total ban is expected to severely limit access to abortion in the U.S. South, as Florida had been a notable exception surrounded by states with stricter abortion laws. National anti-abortion activists hailed the decision as a victory, viewing the 6-week ban as a significant step in restricting abortion access. Katie Daniel, Florida Policy Director of Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America, called it a victory for unborn children. This decision has intensified the political spotlight on Florida, setting the stage for a high-stakes abortion fight reminiscent of the post-Roe v. Wade era. The 6-week ban, if implemented, could affect a significant number of women in Florida, where over 84,000 abortions were performed last year alone. Pro-choice advocates argue that such strict bans can endanger women's health, particularly with the added burden of 2 in-person doctor appointments and a 24-hour waiting period. The November referendum on Amendment 4 has been garnered substantial support, with early surveys indicating that over 60% of Floridians back the initiative.
The Harris County Sheriff's Office and state troopers raided 3 cartel-related places on the north side of Houston yesterday, and investigators were able to recover 14 stolen vehicles worth $1 million. Known as chop shops, they look like ordinary auto repair businesses from the outside, but the vehicles there are typically stolen, and workers sell the parts individually, making them difficult to track. At least 5 people were arrested, with others being taken in for questioning. The raids took place on Liago Street off of Yale, Gulf Bank Road and Airline, and the 11,000 block of United Street. According to Harris County Sheriff Officers Sal Suarez, all 3 chop shops have been tied to the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, also known as the CJNG. According to U.S. Attorney Alamdar Hamdani, the CJNG is one of the most powerful and dangerous criminal organizations in Mexico. These raids come just after the U.S. Attorney's Office announced 41 drug trafficking arrests of Houston area people associated with the cartel on Monday. Deputies say they will be looking into whether the proceeds being made were used for drug buys or human trafficking, and they are working to get vehicles back to their rightful owners.
Yesterday, over 100 teachers from Houston Independent School District took a stand by calling in sick, highlighting ongoing concerns about what they perceive as hostile learning and teaching environments under the leadership of Superintendent Mike Miles. This action, organized by protest leaders, marks the first coordinated effort of its kind within the district. The teachers' grievances stem from what they describe as a toxic environment created by Superintendent Miles, with concerns raised about intimidation, lack of support, and policies that they believe negatively impact both students and educators. Melissa Yarborough, a former teacher, emphasized that teachers have felt pressure to remain silent about issues they face daily, leading them to express their concerns anonymously and discreetly. The protesting teachers outlined a list of demands, including the removal of Superintendent Mike Miles, increased supports for students through essential staff like counselors and librarians, respect for teachers' input, and a halt to what they perceive as harmful interventions. Superintendent Miles, in response to criticism, has defended his initiatives as necessary for instilling a high-performance culture within HISD. However, the significant increase in teacher resignations since the start of the school year has underscored the challenges. As discussions and actions continue, the focus remains on finding solutions that address the concerns of both educators and administrators within the district. We will be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back. Prairie View A&M University is currently hosting its spring elections, showcasing a diverse slate of candidates vying for various positions on campus. With more than 40 candidates in the running, students are competing for roles such as President, Miss and Mr. PVAMU, Miss Senior, Mr. Senior, SGA President, Mr. and Miss Sophomore, Junior and Senior Class President, among others. Today marks a significant event as the candidates gather for a debate from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. in the JJ Auditorium. This is a debate for an opportunity for students to hear from the candidates directly, understand their platforms, and make informed decisions during the voting process. The spring elections at PVAMU highlight the active engagement and leadership aspirations of the student body. Voting will begin next week.
PVU Radio Week is coming to a close today. They kicked off this week with a professional panel about careers in communications to educate students on the different paths they can take after graduation with a degree in communications. They held other events throughout the week, including Pi PVU Know on Wednesday and an unplugged event with live music yesterday. Take a look. The radio station hosts Radio Week annually to celebrate its success and showcase student talent. In case you missed the events, they're having one final event today at noon. The 2000s family reunion will be from 12 to 2 directly outside of the radio station at Hilliard Hall. There will be music, free food, and merchandise, games, and more, so don't miss out. Thank you for staying with us this afternoon. We will be back after this commercial break with an exclusive interview by Benjamin Priest with City Council candidate Jesse Borner.
by Marshall Jesse Borner, and he's running for City Council seat position 4. Hi, Jesse. How are you doing
Hey, thank
today?
you for having me. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm well. Thank you for joining us. It's nice to
Appreciate you.
see you all suited up.
Hey, gotta present,
Of course.
represent,
Of course. So, as I stated earlier, you're running for City Council seat position 4.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what made you want to run for this position?
I believe more so it was God who really put me in this place and in this position. I'm still a student here. I have a voice. I have an image out here. So why not? That's why I chose to go ahead and come from the shadows, if you will.
Exactly. Reach new
Right,
heights.
reach new heights, and try new things as well too. It's a new year, it's a new time for Prairie View, it's a new time for the city of Prairie View as well. So why not let it shine?
So, are you new to PV?
Well, I transferred here. I'll tell you a little bit about my story. Originally, I'm
Mm-hmm.
from Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee, by way of Memphis, Tennessee, and I transferred here in 2021. That's when I started in the spring semester. I'm a construction science major. I'm a senior. I'll be graduating, Lord willingly, this December, this fall, and taking care of business in a lot of areas. So, and yeah, me being a little of an older student kind of resonates honestly with the community as well too. So, yeah.
Exactly. So, when you win, what plans do you have, like for seat position 4? What could I see you achieving to make PV a better place?
Fun fact, they say that Waller County, which is the county that Prairie View A&M University, as well as Prairie View, Texas, is located in, is one of the fastest growing counties in Texas right now. Granted, you cannot see that growth when you walk across these city streets. Some of them are missing sidewalks, et cetera, et cetera. I'm here to bring new development, new things. Why not let it be a theater down the street? Why not allow it to be a HEB or a Walmart or something that's walking distance that's comparable for not only the students but for the community as a whole, instead of us having to go to these other cities, although they're nice, right? Waller, Hempstead, and even Cypress, or even going all the way as far as to Houston, right, just to get some food. Instead of doing that, let's have something down the street that's more comparable for us, so we don't have to always leave Prairie View to enjoy Prairie View.
I definitely agree with that because we have to go far to get some good food
Right.
and some fun activities. So that would be nice to see. So I want to know, like, what do you like about Prairie View A&M University, and how has attending this school changed your views?
Okay, definitely. Like, well, Prairie View, when I first got out here, and can't talk about Prairie View without talking about some of its history, 1876, second oldest public institution in the state of Texas, to not only be a HBCU, a historically black institution. It's a beautiful place. Like, and when I say that, you see the lands, you see the trees, you see the grass. Even some of our tradition, we don't walk on the grass out here. We really maintained a peaceful property. And when you walk, when you go to class, you see how beautiful the campus is. So to harper on that, to go in depth in terms of my degree. So construction science is under the architecture belt, the School of Architecture. We are an accredited institution, an accredited school of architecture, and not too many public schools, colleges, universities can say that. So I'm really blessed to be in this position to be gaining education on the same grounds where some of our ancestors used to hang, right? Or et cetera, go through a lot of the down parts of the early 1800s, right? So it's a blessing to be here and to offer my talents, my know-how, and my creativity towards what can be a great foundation for the future of Prairie View.
I love that answer. And I
Appreciate
want to know, how can our viewers know, like, where to support you? Do you have social media so they can keep tabs on your
you. Right.
candidates run?
Yes, definitely follow me on all social platforms. It's Sir SirBigJesse. So that's Sir Big Jesse. I started off doing I'm with doing music and a lot of other things. So hey, definitely a personality in that regard. And in terms of how can you vote for Jesse, so definitely be registered out here in Waller County and in Prairie View City. If you register to vote, boot, I got you there. And then also I'm a write-in vote, so that's a little different. Not a lot of people are aware of what a write-in vote is and how that works. So type Jesse in seat 4. If you don't remember anything else, remember that. Type me in terms, so you, because when you go to the ballot, you're not going to see my name. You know, you have to literally write it in. So that's why we're saying type Jesse in for seat 4.
Okay, so if you guys want to go and support Mr. Marshall Jesse Borner, make sure you are typing his name in, Jesse Borner.
Jesse. Oh yeah, for the dates as well too. Early vote is April 22nd, and then election day is May 4th. So look out for those 2 dates, April 22nd and May 4th, to type Jesse in.
Okay, so you guys have from April 22nd to May 4th to type in Jesse Borner. So if you want to see him, City Council, seat position 4, please show your support in any way you can.
Show love, you know, because it's definitely, I think our generation hasn't necessarily, and that's really the basis of my campaign, you know, to be a representation of this generation, really stand up for us, be a voice, and really put in a lot of the things that we want to see and what we want to hear, while also respecting the history that's out there, respecting the established community, you know. But definitely, hey, I know a lot of folk, when you say vote, especially black folk, they like, oh my goodness, I'm not trying to do it, X, Y, and Z. But how else would your voice be heard? How else would there be change around Prairie View unless we say that we want this specific change? And granted, it doesn't necessarily have to be me or look like me, but I definitely want to challenge everybody to use their voice on the local level as well as on the grand scheme. So
Well, amazing. Well, I want to thank you for joining us today.
thank you for having me.
And after this commercial break, we will be back with some entertainment news. So stay tuned. Welcome back.
Singer and actress Halle Bailey is set to star in a new musical. The untitled project under Universal Pictures singer and actress Halle Bailey is under the creation of Pharrell Williams and Michelle Gondry. Alongside Bailey, it will star Kelvin Harrison Jr. and Divine Joy Randolph. The coming-of-age musical will be set in the summer of 1977, and it will take place in Virginia Beach. It is inspired by Williams' childhood neighborhood of Atlantis Apartments. The project is Randolph's first announced project since winning several awards for her performance in The Holdovers, including the Academy Award she won for Best Supporting Actress. And Halle Bailey has been working nonstop since her theatrical debut in the Little Mermaid live-action remake last year. She then went on to star in the Color Purple remake while pregnant with her son Halo. This will be her third performance in a musical film.
Nicki Minaj has announced an exciting collaboration with rising rapper Sexy Red, adding a fresh twist to her new song FTCU from her latest album, Pink Friday 2. The news broke yesterday when Nicki took to Twitter to share her excitement about working with Sexy Red on the remix. In her tweet, Nicki praised Sexy Red's talent, mentioning that since Sexy Red had previously hopped on one of her songs, it was only fitting for them to team up for a remix of FTCU. The announcement sparked anticipation among the Barbs, who are eager to hear the Queen of Rap and the St. Louis-based rapper join forces. Sexy Red, in response to Nicki's tweet, expressed her enthusiasm for the collaboration and even hinted at the possibility of a music video for the remix. This news has generated buzz in the music industry as fans eagerly anticipate the release of this brand new remix.
That concludes our show this afternoon. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at KPVU-TV. This has been Panther News Network. I'm Haley Robinson.
And I'm Benjamin Priest.
Thank you for tuning in.